day 2 of the Great Simpson Desert Trek, and this morning we're crossing private property with permission, one of the stations here. As you can see, it's pretty desolate. This is the town of Taboobara, a very small country town with a famous pub, the Family Hotel, which has murals painted by many of Australia's most prominent artists. Apparently they've had some rain here recently. It's see a little bit of moisture on the clay, but also the green, which you may not be able to pick up on the video, but by the side of the road there are patches of green. Yep, there he goes. Big boy. Oh yeah.
There's another one in front. Little one, small one. Still good.
Now this is the dingo fence that goes for hundreds and hundreds of miles to keep the dingoes out.
I don't see many dingoes. There's a lot of rabbit print. Yeah, that's what.
What's the shed up there for?
The dingo fence that we just passed through is also the border between the states of New South Wales and Queensland, and it extends for a total now of about 5,000 kilometres. It was originally up to 9,000 kilometres long, originally developed or built to keep rabbits out, but when the rabbit plague became controlled through myxomatosis and other means, it was converted into a dingo fence to keep the dingoes from the Northern Territory in Queensland from entering into New South Wales and South Australia, where there's a lot more livestock. On a very sandy road now that's interrupted regularly every 100 yards or so. These little hills that we just go up and over and then down onto the flat again. Here we have a stumpy tail lizard sitting here in the shade.
In the shade of the whitewood tree.
A whitewood tree, okay. Oh, he just moved. Not very animated. Here he goes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm looking for something to drink water.
Big tongue, very thin tongue.
Oh, stop it. Will you stop it? Okay, come on. There we go. There's what I look like when I'm... Get the camera when you get the seat, Michael.
Uh-oh.
Don't bite your tail. Don't bite your tail. Get your head back around there and say hello to the boys. Then.
Permian is 245 to 260 million years old. In the Moomba area, wells can be drilled to a depth of up to 3,000 metres or 10,000 feet before reaching oil or gas.
On a track with just had afternoon tea, met some people on the track, had a chat, and we're now on our way to Inaminka, which is a bit over an hour away. We've Graeme's actually driving. Just thought he'd show you a section of the track whilst he's doing that. Yep. Excuse me.
Excuse me if I don't stop to look. So,
Don't look. Just keep driving.
yeah.
Okay. It's probably enough because it's a lot more of the same where we're going.
It's now Monday, September 18th at 7 a.m. and we're camped at Inaminka. Which is also happens to be the spot that the explorers Burke and Wills camped. Taking some water out of the old knot hole in the tree. They look like they're corallas. And we're off for a day trip to where?
Coongie Lakes.
Coongie Lakes. Right.
The landscape consists of mostly flat land and road, and then we come to these long parallel sand dunes. And actually, these ones are packed down pretty hard, but they sort of stick up and then go down onto the flat again on the other side.
They're very resilient tree, aren't they?
Yeah. Huge old gum tree here.
So this was the west branch? Northwest branch of the Cooper River.
It's not a good memory. Yeah, you do retain.
Has he got,
I retain
has he got it right though?
Over here we have a tree that has been used by the Aborigines to carve out a carry container.
National agreement is an area of major wetland conservation, a zone which now covers an area of 190 square kilometres and supports over 180 species of birds, a third of which are water birds.
And this is Coongie Lakes. Some black swans out there on the lake.
This is Coongie Lakes. We just come over the last crest as we enter the lakes. And we're going to catch up with our rest of our group.
And that's Michael up there on the hill. He forgot to put into four-wheel drive before he hit the sand dunes and he got stuck. There's Ken with his fly hat on. We were particularly bad earlier. There's quite a sand dune here above the lake. Whole lot of swallows' nests up there.
Okay, so first we're going to start here at Coongie Lakes, right? Arrives.
This is the restored Australian Inland Missions nursing home at
was built in 1928 and then went into fell apart, became a ghost town. It was just left in ruins. All this in here was just nothing. There's a cellar underneath us. The walls were just bare concrete walls.
So it's next day, Tuesday I think, the 19th, and there's a big old red kangaroo laying in the shade out there, paying no attention to us. And we're off on our way to Birdsville today. Emu with its chicks running up the sand dune. So they are again. Yeah, we have a bit of wind today and it's really stirring up the sand. I don't know if you can just pick it up on this, but it's just a low level of
Fine white sand, but got a lot of clay content in it.
big old lizard sitting beside the road here. Stop here for lunch with the birds, the lars, and Persian cottages.
Obviously, they're safe.
What emus just came into the waterhole here for a change. This is Sturt's Stony Desert, and it's easy to see where that name came from. It's just covered in stone, or givers, as they're called here, which is an Aboriginal word for stone. And apparently the stones are coated with an iron oxide, which gives them the red colour. Also probably colours the soil around it too, I would guess. So this is the Birdsville track, which is a very well known major road through the centre. Obviously goes through the town of Birdsville. This is the grave of the Page family of 5 who were found in 1963. They'd wandered 20 miles from their overturned car and perished in the desert. Here we are in Birdsville, going into the Birdsville Caravan Park for the evening. Should have a little bit more in the way of amenities. And we're going in to see the museum, working museum in Birdsville. And it is Wednesday, September 20th, 2006.
Here's one we found recently. The helmet sign from Sydney in New South Wales. I think it's the only one left. On the road fit from the 50s. These features are that good you couldn't wear them now, so they stopped making them. Plug it in for an hour and she's all frosted up. There we go. We'll fold him up and we'll put him away. Okay, now challenge your wire strainers. 1886. Wire goes round through there, twisting round and round, strains the wire up, ties its own knot. There's your wire cutter there. I don't think a more wire strainer today that ties its own knot, so we're going backwards. Okay, now, World War I. Barbed wires laying all round the trenches. Soldiers set a few up, so you can put your head in there, look out the little slit. That was your peephole. No one knew which one had a head in it. Okay, now World War I again. 1917. Goes on the end of the 303 rifle. Soldier pulled along in his belly, and that's how he cut through the barbed wire. There's your wire cutter there. 1917. Now, this is the first electric shearing gear. The Isis down station there, Isis from west of Blackall. And that electric shearing gear was invented in 1907. Get up there! Get up! Pretty good play there. Now, I've got a little well bucket here for the stockman or driver to fill up their canteens or buckets.
Heron is the Diamantina River, and not a lot of water in Thurman. It's even drier in the other direction. Just going for a drive around Birdsville and getting the guided tour from Tony and Brenda.
Jardine waterhole, Diamantina River, right there.
Wheelie maker.
Now have a look at the Birdsville racetrack, which is the site of one of the probably the most famous country races, the OUTBACK races in Australia. Every year. It was held just a few weeks ago, and been held here since 1890. Originally in January and February, and temperatures are up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and then later moved it to August, I guess, which is a little bit cooler.
All this other stuff outside, there's a Broncos pedal for if they're doing it in.
Temperatures reaching 103 degrees centigrade, 260 pounds was diverted to the turbine to generate electricity, and 20 pounds was directed to the borehead for the town's water supply, which is unlimited.
The tall, spindly trees here called waddy trees. This is one of 3 stands in the world remaining. Spectacular view from up here. You watch the road.
I am.
What is this, Tony?
This is called the dingo club. See them over here? Now you've got to do.
This place is absolutely spectacular. Dingo Caves.
is the waddy tree again, thought to be 500 or 600 years old. And these trees date to prehistoric times. They're very ancient trees. This is the famous Birdsville Hotel. It's been here since 1884, and I guess it's burned down a couple times and had to be rebuilt. But it's quite a famous country pub. And this is the main street of Birdsville, which I'm standing in the middle of at 4:25 p.m. on Wednesday, September 20th.